Since the huge success of the little blue pill for men, pharmaceutical companies have been trying to develop a pill that works for women too, so far without success. But some women have taken Viagra anyway and claim it has the same dynamic effect on them.
I would say I've always been quite open sexually anyway. You know, had an active sex life, a good sex life. My boyfriend at the time, he was taking Viagra. And one night we decided, well, we would both try it and see if, in fact, it did the same for women. At the time, it was in the national press because I was the first woman to document the effects and that it actually worked. My partner at the time was actually a doctor, so he did it in a very experimental way. We were also looking at any side effects, monitoring temperature, heart rate and things like that. But obviously after so long, then you just got carried away with the other effects of it, which were, yeah, very powerful, no doubt about it. It works in the same mechanism for women, increasing blood flow to the genital area and just intensifying everything. For about half an hour you would have tingling sensation in the groin, flushing of the face. As I say, I did have an active sexual life before that anyway. Probably having about 3 orgasms, something like that, in one session, if you like. But after the Viagra, it went up dramatically to about 8 orgasms, actually, 8 to 9 orgasms in quite a short time. If you're having 9 orgasms in one session, then that's pretty mind-blowing, of course. So needless to say, we carried on taking it quite a lot. People have said to me, well, why would anybody want to have so many orgasms? And I've said every time, well, why not? If you can do that and still feel refreshed, well, why not? It's a beautiful feeling, why not? If you've got confidence within yourself and you feel confident, obviously, about your sexual performance, you know, you'll get greater fulfilment from sex. And anything that you can use to enhance your life, whether it be physically, emotionally, provided it's not dangerous for you, and if it's going to give you a good feeling, it has to be good. So go for it.
I like to think I'm somebody. I think, you know, by and large, I'm someone that's really sort of unconventional. I've always found that throughout my life, I've been kind of naturally sort of drawn towards things of a sexual nature. And I found as I got older, I perhaps have 1 or 2 attributes that would make me quite a good escort. I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, you know, I think I scrub up quite well. I just wanted that classic sort of Roger Moore moment where you're strolling along the beach somewhere with a nice woman getting paid for it. It's quite straightforward, really. We go out to a bar, move on to a club or restaurant or what have you, and if they want to go back to a hotel at the end of the evening, then I can do that. And obviously if they want to take things to quite a far level and they want to sort of get down to it, they want to, I don't know, do something quite passionate, then I can obviously fulfill that. And I can, you know, hopefully sort of satisfy any needs that they may require. I think that Viagra certainly plays a part in my life. It's something that I can fit around my lifestyle. It goes hand in hand with escorting. For the kind of clients that I've got, in a corporate sector, people who are quite comfortably well off, I feel that there's going to be high expectations on me. They want a bit of danger. They want something that's on the edge. They want something that makes them think, fuck me, if my neighbours in my posh row knew what I was doing with this guy. They want something that makes them feel dirty. They want something that makes them feel empowered. You know, these women, they want an orgasm. They want someone that can come up with the goods. I've got to do that. And I think it's essential, in fact, a necessity for me to take Viagra. I'm fulfilling a need, a desire that people crave, women crave, and I think, quite honestly, I'm someone who can live up to that. I'm the man. I think it's the equivalent of adding nitrous to an old Vauxhall Corsa. When I take it, I feel supercharged. I've got confidence. I feel highly charged. I feel like a stallion. I feel like someone that could fuck 10 women after an hour.
Right, 2 grown men in their underpants in a hotel room. With video equipment. Yeah. Let's hope no one comes. Right, she's here, she's in the room, she's getting ready. You give the room a call. Okay. I'll wait out in the corridor.
Now that men can just pop a pill to get and sustain an erection, any Tom, Dick and Harry can be a porn star. A prospect that doesn't please adult filmmaker Ben Dover.
Here we have the most important section in the whole shop, of course. This is the bend over section, where you'll find such stunning delights as my latest release, actually, which I'll just give a blatant plug to. Sex and the Settee. See the Sex and the Settee? See what I did there with the title? Sex and the... One of the huge problems that we have in this business is guys who think that they can be porn performers and desperate to be adult actors, but they're lacking that one special thing, which is, of course, a hard cock. Yeah. Oh. One of the most bizarre instances in my life is when I was shooting a movie with this guy who was having terrible trouble getting hard. There was a young lady on all fours in front of him with her bottom, and a pert bottom it was at that, stuck up in the air, ready to take entrance, if you like. And he was having all kinds of problems, just couldn't get it up. I was giving him time, I gave him about 10 minutes on his own, and he was just absolutely rubbish. So I drifted off and had a cup of tea, came back about 20 minutes later to find in front of me the girl still on all fours with her bum stuck up in the air, waiting for the guy. And he, at that point, had decided to go and get a magazine, which he was reading on her back. So he was like using this girl as a desk, turning over the pages, wanking himself into a coma using this magazine. Oh, yeah. That kind of like hit home to me as probably a seminal moment in man's sort of crisis in the porn industry. It was at that point I nearly thought about giving up, because I thought the whole, the whole English male species is just nowhere in that scenario. Oh, yeah. There is an argument that's going around at the moment that says that, now with the advent of Viagra, anyone can be a porn star. But then who would want to be a porn star if you've got to take a pill to get an erection? I think if you want to come into the porn business, you should be really just a horny guy who just, wants to have sex all the time. If you can't do that ordinarily and you need to take some kind of medication in order to achieve that, it's completely defeating the whole object of being in the business, as far as I'm concerned, because you're not achieving the erection because you're turned on by the girl or girls who are in the scene with you. You're getting turned on by a chemical. It's just rubbish for the industry. It means there's no eroticism there, as far as I'm concerned. It just means you become a machine. I have to say, in my own defence, if I can just sort of let my ego run riot for a minute, my knob is like Elvis's voice. It's never let me down yet, and I don't expect it to in the next 20 years. As far as I'm concerned, I'm in this business because I just love girls. If there's a young girl in front of me with her legs open asking me to have sex with her, my knob goes hard without the aid of any little blue pill or anything else. If you can't get a hard-on in front of an 18-year-old girl, you should be in the porno business. End of.
Quite honestly, as an escort, I don't feel that I can actually perform to the best of my abilities unless I got something that's a backup, a kind of support system. Physiologically, I don't think there's anything wrong with me. I just think it's that mental kind of trauma, that psychological trauma that I suffered on one particular occasion when I couldn't rise to the occasion, couldn't get it up, so to speak. So yeah, I would like to think that it's a psychological boost. A couple of close friends who say, how can you do this, Viagra? But quite honestly, with people out there doing illegal drugs, and some people addicted to prescription drugs, many different types of prescription drugs, people who also may be alcoholic as well, I would have thought that someone who's in quite good health taking Viagra is quite small beer, really, by comparison.
Personally, I think the man who invented it should be knighted. Right? If someone's actually invented a tablet that a man can take and it makes your cock a bit more like a log for a lot longer than you normally would, then I think he should be knighted and carried around shoulder high on a chair. You know? But I've married a bloke.